years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about 4 years. We started in
That's
2020.
crazy.
We started in 2020
Yeah.
That's
before the
crazy.
pandemic started, and then the pandemic happened, and now we're here.
It did.
Started from
And now we're seeing the same Super Bowl all over again.
yeah. I hope the Chiefs
Um,
win again. Fucking racist Joey Bosa. I don't want him to win.
And anyway for her birthday over the summer, we stayed in like a nice hotel,
Mhm.
and like went out to dinner and stuff. Anyway, the hotel pool had a water slide. And so I was like, I'm gonna go on the water slide. Do you want to go on the water slide? And she was like, no, but like I'll watch you.
That's such a girlfriend thing to say.
And I went up there and there's like a lifeguard dude, and like everybody else who wants to go on the water slide is like 8. And I was like, is it okay if I go? And he was like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Last time I was at a
I
water
think-
park was like 2017 or 2018. Like my girlfriend at the time, we
Yeah.
were both like at this water park in Mexico. It's like there's a zip line and water slide water park, so you could like zip line into the shit. I just remember like going through one of these like corkscrew body slides. You go down, you come throughout the hole, and like I'm kind of good at swimming. Like, and I'm good at controlling myself out of the water slide. So I make it out of there. I'm like, oh, it's pretty fast, and I get out of there. And I see my girlfriend just spin and eat shit, eating shit out of like one of like the funnel at the bottom, and just coming out
Yeah.
like a rag doll. And I laughed like crazy.
Oh,
Oh
Yeah.
Man, tough.
I used to be pretty good at swimming. I don't get in the water too often. I don't get the fins wet as much as I used to. But
Pretty inconvenient.
Yeah.
yeah,
You go there, you gotta go back. Too much.
got a towel off. The chlorine could sting your eyes, make your skin dry.
Mm.
It's tough. The other piece of local color I have, we touched on Wingstop a little bit. Down the road from my house, there is a new Buffalo Wild Wings Go, I think is what it's called, which is Buffalo Wild
Okay.
Wings
B-dubs Go?
food, but they don't have a sit-down component.
That's terrifying, dude. I was talking to who was I
How is
talking
it?
to? I was talking to one of my friends. I was talking to one of my friends about this recently, where like it kind of feels like
So we still
a
know
big
wing shortage?
issue, with society these days, is the rise of food delivery services.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of scary and disappointing that Buffalo Wild Wings is like, you know what? You guys don't want to eat in our restaurant anymore. We're going to make a to-go place.
Yeah, remember we were in a wing shortage in like 2022?
Because everybody was getting wings delivered from Wingstop.
Or like the bird flu or whatever. Well,
Oh,
you see
man.
there was a meme going on a while like for the past couple months. It's over now. Like about the Detroit Pistons. Like, have you heard anything about them? So they're
They're
like
the worst. They're the worst team that's ever existed in the NBA, probably.
I think
Except for
so.
the bad boy Pistons.
The opposite way. Like this season's Pistons team, I think is one of the most losingest teams, like teams in NBA history, or the. I think they're like just one,
Okay.
Maybe even in professional sports.
like in the NBA, right? They have like, how many wins do you think they have right now? We're
So they
currently
play like 80 games?
8.
How many have they played already? Because
that's
I don't want to
important.
Google it because
Okay,
Yeah.
I was looking at how many they got. I'm gonna see how many they played. I assume they played like 30 to 40 games.
Yeah. All right.
well, their football team's good, I guess, in Detroit. Not good enough.
I'm
but
gonna
okay.
say they have 11 wins.
They've played 46 games.
Yeah, I'm sticking with 11.
I'm gonna say it can't be. I was gonna say like 15, but if you won 15 out of 46, that's like a third, which like is bad. But like I feel like it has to be worse if it's like making news.
Because didn't they had like a almost 20 game losing streak or something like that?
Yeah,
Sheesh.
the meme was like it was like if the Pistons, like you can go and like get free wings or get some amount of free wings from Wingstop after the Detroit Pistons win. And the
Yeah.
meme was just like like that one fish dude was like, "Come on, where are the wings at? We're just trying to get them shits in." It's like they're memeing about the Wingstop. If that gives you any clues.
I think 11 is a good guess. I'm gonna say 4.
That's a better guess. Because it's
Oh
6.
no way, dude!
It's 6.
6.
Yeah.
That's so sad. That's so sad, dude. Hey, but you know what? If the Detroit Pistons want to sell their team to Seattle, everybody here would be okay with that. That's all I'm saying.
They've lost
So,
85% of their games.
well, I mean, you could start fresh in a new location, maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows? Bring the Supersonics
What-
back. Expand that shit. Get Vegas.
I
a
think
team.
I think they should all do an expansion. Every league. I just want to see some
they're
new
doing it.
blood out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
also the XFL merged with the USFL.
Yeah, I think The Rock
did
was
hear that.
promoting that the other day.
I guess this is our sports heavy edition of the pod. I
Here's
don't
the
know
thing,
much about it.
I don't want it. As the biggest NFL fan, I don't want that shit. I finally am about to get my Sundays back. I'm about to get like
Yeah.
2 days worth of time spent watching football back in my life. Now that college football and professional football are done, like there's one game left. I'm good. I'm about to be free for like 6 months.
I think you're right. I think it's time to take a little football break. I will say I'm getting a little bit antsy for baseball season, and let me tell you why. Baseball season is always a time where you don't even like watch the games because most of them you're not going to be able to watch, right?
Because they're in the afternoon.
But but you can look up news and reports and stuff on your team at work.
You listen to them on the radio. You can just listen to the audio
That's
broadcast
right.
of the game.
That's right. Baseball is
Backpack
the
in
most
20s.
multitasking, accessible sport.
Next
for
thing,
sure.
doing nothing. But actually, I went to a baseball game and like I went to 2 baseball games last year, and I will say the pitch clock thing didn't make a difference. Like the Rockies game I went to, I feel like it was over really quick.
Mm.
But the
Yep.
Cubs game I was at felt like it took forever. But it was also like
They,
hot as shit.
I think they're making it shorter this year.
Damn.
Even shorter.
Yeah.
People would be drunk driving like crazy. I see we have in the document Stanley Cup. Is it hockey or is it the cup?
Hey, yeah, this is good. I do think it's funny how Stanley Cup, more people I think would conclude we're talking about the water bottle than the hockey trophy.
Yeah.
And that is in fact what we're talking about.
Damn.
If you own a Stanley Cup, I guess this can serve as a PSA, and it has a dent in it, you should probably throw it away. Because if you damage a Stanley Cup, it releases lead because they use lead in creating Stanley Cups.
Yeah, it's in like the
that's
paint or one of the
unfortunate.
liners. L.
Mhm.
L for lead.
Yeah, that sucks. Well, Stanley Cup knows lead poisoning is what makes the U.S. government turn.
Yeah, it makes your shit
right.
sweeter. You know, that's why all those Mormons love their dirty Cokes, because you don't even have to pump as much in there because it's got the sweetness from the lead. It's just like the Grecians used to.
I hear antifreeze is really good too. If
You
want,
know what?
some of that.
Antifreeze has always looked great. I can't go anywhere around that. That looked fantastic. It looks like the best blue raspberry flavor possible. Like that would be if I had a slushie, it's like a slush machine going. I want that as the juice. Like that's the color I want my juice going in my slushie.
Okay,
machine.
maybe because you're from Chicago, you're more familiar with what antifreeze looks like than I am. I don't think I've ever seen it in the wild.
What,
My
really?
antifreeze is purple.
Oh,
It looks like great medicine.
dude, the pink one is not it. You definitely want the blue one.
But anyways, you know what's kind of funny about this whole like Stanley Cup situation? Literally, okay, so this comes out on my sister's birthday. Shout out to her. She's turning 40 years old.
Damn.
Which is wild.
She's way
which
older
is
than
crazy.
you.
Which is crazy. She's 12 years older than me. But anyways, she's turning 40. I was like, you know what? She's the prime. This is like days before the Stanley Cup lead poisoning situation came out. I was like, okay, Stanley Cup is kind of on the tail end of its life cycle. She's the prime audience for a Stanley Cup. And so I got her a Stanley Cup and I got her a couple of like dumb Redbubble stickers about being 40 years old. Uh, so
You're 40. Here's a sticker.
I guess I just maybe poisoned my sister, but happy birthday.
Yeah.
What about
Well, I mean,
Owala
she could
cups? Do
probably
the
be in
Owala
Congress.
ones
Yeah.
have lead in them? Oh, dude,
I
speaking
think
of
that
Congress,
Oh,
you
yeah, I
see
don't
that
know.
shit that Nancy Pelosi was yelling the other day?
No.
She was yelling at people to go back to their country. She's like, go back to
Oh,
China. Like 2 days ago.
Yo,
who was she saying that to?
Some people were like hey, withdraw from Israel or whatever. Like you're killing Palestine, like pro-Palestinian, like protesters. And she's like, go back to China. Which, yeah,
that's
there's a
crazy.
couple
She
leaps you
said it
got.
like that. She said, go back to
Go
China.
back to China. Okay. Dude, he got hit with like 50, like 80. How much? 53 something. $3 million. He got hit with a big old
Yeah.
lawsuit. He's got to pay.
Yeah. Like
Wow.
80 something. Pretty nuts. Pretty
Tough.
wild. But
They shout out Nikki Haley, I guess. You know, she also sucks.
yeah, but that's our political segment for the week.
Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi, maybe a little bit racist.
Go back to China.
I don't know about Owalas,
Mhm.
but I did see Hydro Flask has come out and been like, yeah, we've never used lead. They actually said we haven't used lead in our process since like 2012.
Damn.
Oh wow.
I have a Hydro Flask, but it's definitely newer than 2012. But I also saw some content from some read totally up an Nalgene.
That's right.
I have a Nalgene too. I worry about the microplastics though.
Bro, that's BPA free.
Yeah, but doesn't it still have microplastics?
Yeah, but like, I mean, I'm
They're
Gen
not as
Z.
bad.
I got myself as Gen Z. I got my copper sticks. Okay, it is what it is.
If you've ever ordered a cocktail that has a cherry in it at a bar, you've got microplastics already.
I
all right?
vaped for like 2 years. I got my sticks.
Wait, is the cherry made out of plastic? Is that what you're saying?
I think.
I
well,
thought it was
could be
maraschino. I thought it was made out of maraschino.
the little fake like bright red cherries. There's
Yeah.
no way those are real cherries.
Aren't those called maraschino?
No way.
It's like a gusher, but then they just put like a little
Hardly
piece
know
of
her.
plastic on it to make it look like a cherry.
What
stem.
are cocktail cherries?
Yeah, those are
made
maraschino
out
cherries.
of?
They're made out of maraschino.
They're not real, dude. I promise. It's like imitation crab meat.
To my crab with a K.
Yeah, I guess.
Crab with a K. Oh, dude.
oh,
if
they
you
are
Google
crafted from-
maraschino cherry, one of the first things that comes up is this blue maraschino cherry.
Oh, it's talking about
You guys seeing
Regal.
that?
Regal 16-ounce dark blue maraschino cherries with stem from Webster store.
Wow.
So here's how red.
Oh,
here's how
shit,
maraschino
those
cherries are
blue
actually
as
made.
hell. Those are super blue. Those are bluer than blueberries. Those are like antifreeze colored.
The first link on Google.com.
Mm.
All right. It's from Binwise, BINWise.com. It says, yes, maraschino cherries are crafted from real cherries. After the cherries are bleached,
Oh.
they're soaked in a solution with sugar, red food dye, and bitter almond oil for about 4
wow.
weeks. So there
4
you go.
weeks.
There you go. They bleach them and then they soak them in red food dye for 4 weeks.
Dude, that's crazy. Because if you keep on going through the images here, you might get to one that it's on Pinterest, and it's like a whole bunch of maraschino cherries in various colors, and one of them is like yellow,
Ew.
which you couldn't dye a cherry yellow first. You'd have to bleach it first. So
Yeah, weird.
yeah,
But I will
It's like when
say,
they
if you
make
want the
ketchup a
best
bunch of
cocktail
different
cherries,
colors. Like, why are you making the cherries different colors?
if you want the best cocktail cherries, you got to go with the Luxardo
Oh, I see them.
cherries.
They got bad
Those are the good
packaging.
ones.
I will say the packaging doesn't look good. They need to up their brand. That's a very classic design.
it is
Yeah.
classic.
AKA, it looks like shit. That kid's gone. It looks bad. It's very 1940s. Like I don't think they ever made it new, like a new one. But hey, if it's working for them, it's working for them. I guess.
That's right.
So
How do we get on cherries?
We
We were talking about microplastics, and you said something
Yeah.
about
Oh yeah,
cherries
right.
having them in there.
Yeah. Well, not Microplastic, but bleach. So
the thing
Pick
that
your
I
poison.
was bringing up, yeah, pick your poison. The thing that I was bringing up is I saw some content online about some like donation centers, like Goodwill, whatever, thrift stores, who they were celebrating because they got their first Stanley Cup donated to them. So like we for some
Okay.
reason we constantly move through this like progression of like trendy water bottles. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
this I think means that the Stanley is on the way out. And I think the Awala is the new one. But we don't know if that has lead or
The
not.
wall is spill proof, which is kind of nice. You can
Like if I have it open and knock it over, it won't spill.
you got the straw in it. There's like a little notch. You can like if you like click it, you can still drink. You can like click closed, but you can still drink it through when it's closed. Like it's got a little slider on it, and the slider just like closes it a little bit somehow, and that makes it anti-spill.
Okay.
It's also huge. My problem with all these water bottles is that they're huge and they're metal. So you're like
Yeah.
these are water bottles for people who don't drink water.
Well,
Yeah.
here's my prediction for water bottles. 10, 15 years into the future, like cell phones, they're going to get smaller. All right? We're going to be carrying around in 15 years, we're going to be carrying around like a sippy cup. All right? That's what I want to see. I want to see sippy cup culture.
I think they're going to innovate on the bladder, on the Camelback bladder technology, and everyone's just going to have a bladder with them
Yeah.
filled with water.
That's a good idea, honestly. Sew it into your clothes.
Some tech wear.
Have your water bottle T-shirt.
Yeah, you're gonna have like a water heating system in you, like for your winter clothes or something, or like a cooling system, kind of like they do on the floors where it's just running through, and then you can just like it's got some extra
Take
water.
Take a little sip. Yeah.
Take a little sip.
They just go like,
Oh man, I had something good I was about to say. Oh, if only so you have an issue with the water bottles being too big. What if we have the technology to compress water? So it's like 12 ounces of water. It's actually 24 ounces of water.
is that
You're drinking double water.
isn't that like go against the laws of physics?
Yeah, but like it's for
Yeah,
water
wouldn't it-
bottles. The
Wouldn't it
R&D
just like
there is crazy.
expand?
Oh, I would love
Wouldn't
that.
it just expand inside of you?
If I had Ant-Man technology for my water bottle, that'd be great. Like, I would just fill the water bottle up and I could be like, zip, and it's real small. I could put it in my pocket. That'd be great. I wouldn't have to carry this thing around.
Your pocket.
And it wouldn't like take up so much space. I'd have like 4 of them. I could just throw them on my desk. Like, and then
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to fill them up.
Oh no, I think what'll happen is instead of water bottles, it'll be like it's like a water balloon, but the water balloon part is like complete. The balloon part is completely biodegradable. So you just carry around this thing, and it's only pierceable by a special like Capri Sun-esque straw. So you just carry around these little globs of water, and then you just stick a straw in it and drink it.
Could you bite it
That's
like
cool.
an apple? Or would
No, I think you have to have the special straw. That's the only way it works, or else they would just be busting all over the place.
that was my activity in high
Busting
school.
all over the place. It was my nickname in high school. All right.
Oh, you ever see
Oh,
you know,
man.
like, kind of like those little apple juices that look like apples, but it's gonna be
Yeah.
water. Okay,
It's gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
a water droplet.
maybe we'll get wand technology up to par, and we can just like hit the little Harry Potter water spell.
So
just create
you heard
water
it
out of
here
nothing.
first.
Magic
You heard it
or
here.
bigger, smaller water bottle.
Seth's 15-year prediction for water consumption is Capri Suns.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Nice.
There you go. They can be really big though,
Yep.
you know?
yeah, sure. Okay. All right.
It's a 64-ounce Capri Sun of water that we've
It's
got
crazy.
going.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Would you buy Capri
So-
Sun juice if it was in like a gallon? Like if you buy a carton of Capri Sun juice, or would it need to be in a big
No.
bag? Like,
I would not buy a gallon of Capri Sun juice. I would and have in the past bought a gallon of Hawaiian Punch.
oh yeah, that's always a better idea than it sounds. Than it is.
A
Yeah, you're
gallon of Hawaiian Punch is a lot.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's a good way to
It's
get hammered
pretty.
and hungover.
It's pretty bonkers that they ever sold Hawaiian Punch by the gallon, right? Because it's just like watered down syrup.
Syrup?
Yeah.
Yeah, but people love it for that reason.
I mean,
it's only
I'm
40
not complaining.
calories for one 8-ounce glass. That's not terrible.
How much?
Wow.
100?
40 calories for one 8-ounce glass.
Oh yeah, that's not bad,
Damn. Okay.
actually. That's
But it's all,
like a Coca-Cola
yeah,
is worse than that.
I
Yeah,
guess. But it's
it's got red 40
also, I guess,
and
40
blue
calories
40.
is what, like a tablespoon of sugar?
It's got 14 grams of sugar in it, Trent.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's like
Yeah.
that doesn't make sense that it's only 40. This one's saying it's 60. That makes more sense because if it's got 14 grams of sugar, there's no way it could be 40. It would have to be at least what's 4 times 40? It had to at least be 50, 40, yeah, 56. So it's 56%. Like most of it is sugar.
Also,
Yeah.
they're
Right.
definitely rounding on all of the nutrition facts. Like you don't ever see anything that's like, oh, this is like 157 calories. It's like, oh, this is
Yeah.
150
Right.
calories.
This is 0 somehow.
Yeah, yeah.
Anything
it's like-
under 5 calories can be 0 calories, I think,
Well, there you go.
which is ridiculous.
I was
Yeah,
me,
to be fair,
me and my
that's
girlfriend
kind of
Jill.
insane.
You know, I bring her up a lot. We do a lot of stuff together. I hang out with
3
her
years, yeah.
every day.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for 3 years. We made a paella the other day. It didn't actually turn out very well. We bought like a paella making kit. Didn't go very well.
Rit.
What
Trader
do you
Joe's?
use instead of seafood?
We just used vegetables.
Mm.
Like we had mushrooms, bell pepper, onion. It's good. I mean, it's okay. Because it like all stuck to the pan or whatever. I don't know. We're not very good at making rice. But anyway, the rice, the little bag of rice that came in the kit, it had a misprint on it. It said it had 111 servings of rice
That's crazy.
in it.
So,
it was like
you're
this
eating one
big. It
piece
was
of
like
rice?
enough. Yeah, it's like unlimited rice in that thing. And I was like, oh shit, I don't know if we should use this whole thing. It's gonna be like we're gonna like get obese. It's like 10,000 calories in this thing.
Rice is the closest thing we got to Ant-Man technology. That shit like doubles or triples into sizes depending on what you got. Dude, I fucking
Yeah.
love rice. I eat that shit like every day.
Seth, we gotta tell Reed about those little like sponges that you put in water as a kid, and they like quadruple in size.
Oh,
I don't think he knows about
I
that.
know that shit. I know what you're talking about. Dude, I've been making miso soup because I've been trying to like not, I don't know, just because it's fun. I like it, I guess. It's like top 5 soup for me. So I got these little seaweeds, these little dry seaweeds, like they're called the wakame or whatever. But they kind of look like those like little crunchies. You know, like the packing, you get a present, whatever, and it's got a bunch of like little zigzaggy little pieces of paper in there.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes, you know,
Yeah.
the seaweed looks like that, but you throw them in there and they get huge. So like I think we got to dehydrate more shit. I think maybe that's what we got to
That's
do.
the future.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, things can't
Makes
spoil as
sense.
bad if you dehydrate them. I think from what I understand,
Mhm.
it's healthier.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
I
shit
don't know, man.
expands. You gotta eat
We got
seaweed.
sports and we got science. That's
Yeah,
what we're doing
sports and
now.
science this time.
I want
That's
to
right.
delve into some art too.
Okay.
I went to an
All
art
right,
gallery.
let's make
Okay.
this a full like rounded high school curriculum day.
Went to an art museum over the weekend, Birmingham Museum of Art, with my girlfriend Jillian.
BMX.
We're bopping around, looking at some art stuff like that. They've got like in the Birmingham Museum of Art, like it starts with like 13th century Italian Renaissance art, and it's like wow, like kind of. I've been to the Birmingham Museum of Art, but like I feel like that's kind of surprising, like given the amount of people in Birmingham, the amount of like money they probably have to like source paintings and stuff. But they have like a lot of stuff from like a lot of different time periods. So anyway, working our way through, starting in the 13th century, blah blah blah, get up to the 19th century, and they have a Monet
Oh damn.
in Birmingham.
Claude.
Okay.
Claude's there.
What?
Claude. They got some Claude in there. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think Claude. Yeah, Claude Monet himself.
You got water lilies.
It's not water lilies. No, that one they couldn't afford that one. I don't remember what this one was called, but it was good. It was the best thing there. It's like, yeah, I get it. Like this guy's situation. This guy knew what he was doing. But anyway, then we got home and I was like, crazy how they had a Monet there. And so anyway, I googled the amount of the number of works that Monet made? Do
100.
you guys have any guesses for how many works of art an artist makes over their lifetime?
Dude, yeah, I have no clue.
Oh, like make and finish, or make it like in scrap, or just like finish. They put their signature on it. It's done. I think
Yeah,
they
so
make like 4 or 5, at least for every like
uh,
of their main painting. So there's like probably like at least 2 or 3 other water lilies around, and they like just pick the best one, and that one becomes the one that's known. So I'm gonna say 67 and a half Monets.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm thinking I've never been an artist, but I imagine that an artist could make an art piece in like 3 or 4 months. All right.
Okay.
Um,
okay.
and so I imagine, if they have like a 20-year career, that's like 600 paintings.
Okay.
Is that right?
No.
20 years times 12 months times 3 paintings. Oh, no. 20 years times
Yeah, you said like 3. But you put it like 3.5 paintings per
times
year.
times 4 paintings a year. Okay, 80 paintings. Yeah. Okay. I got to do math.
Dude, I should have let you keep your 200 guess. I would have been here.
It was 600 actually.
That's
so.
even worse.
Yeah, Claude Monet, he painted about 2,500 or not painted. He created about 2,500 works of art.
All right, I guess your guess was better than mine then.
But this includes sketches and pastels and like multiple versions of like whatever.
That includes every time he like wrote a check to somebody else.
And he like hearted the eyes.
Claude Monet writing a check. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's not crazy. Like Georgia O'Keeffe made more than 2,000. I'm sure like everybody else was painting a lot.
Damn.
But yeah, so like if you see a Monet, it's a big deal, right? He's one of the best. But it's not like, oh wow, they've got one of 12 Monets here.
Yeah.
They got one of 12 of this painting here.
Yeah. And the other thing, my favorite artist is probably actually Norman Rockwell, but my second favorite artist is Bob Ross.
Oh, nice.
How
They
many
have any
pieces
Bob
of
Ross?
art do you think he made?
Oh, how many seasons of his show did he have? Dude, I'm gonna say. I mean, he's probably got at least 675 paintings.
So he's got less than Monet.
I was gonna say if Monet has 2,500, Bob Ross has like 1,000.
Okay, so you're both saying less than Monet.
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna say 30,000. He's got 30,000 paintings.
Did you Google that?
No, I just threw another number out there after you said that. Does he have 30,000 paintings?
Yeah, he has 30,000 paintings.
That's wild. That's crazy.
Well,
Are we
Bob
ending
Ross
the
could make
show
a
on
painting
that?
in
That's
he
nuts.
could make a painting in 30 minutes. That was the whole thing.
That's crazy.
That's 30 minutes with commercials too. This
Yeah,
guy was
that's 16 paintings a day, a work day.
yeah.
Well, thank
so
you for
that's
listening to
crazy.
our show, which is about 48 minutes with no commercials. You can catch us more on FKA the Pod everywhere and anywhere. That includes YouTube. That includes X. That includes Threads. That includes Instagram. That includes podcastings.com/FKA the Pod. It includes everything you want it to. So thank you for listening. Happy birthday. Merry Christmas. Thank you for listening to the FKA podcast and follow us on Twitter at FKA the Pod.